Definition of self-love. Self-love, by definition, is proper regard for and attention to one's own happiness or well-being, and appreciation of one's own worth. Self-love. When you have self-worth, you have self-love. When you have self-love, you have self-care. When you have self-care, you properly self-share. So self-love is the proper regard, understanding of, respect for, and attention to. Self-love is not just, oh, I know who I am, but no, I pay attention to who I am. Self-love says, I know when I'm not really feeling myself. I know when I'm not my best self. I'm paying attention. Don't wait to pay attention. Pay attention now, because when you pay attention now, the price is less than if you pay attention later. Because when you pay attention later, now you add in unnecessary stress. But if you pay attention early, you'll pay less. So when I pay attention to myself, all right, Josh, this habit is going to end up having you paying this later. This thought pattern, this thought process is going to have you paying for this later. Change the way you think and change the way you're doing, and pay attention now, because the price of paying attention to myself now and making the changes won't cost me as much than if I allow that sin to come within, and then it messes up the way I win. And then when I get to that place where I have came to myself, now I got to pay the price of unnecessary soul ties, unnecessary consequences, unnecessary stuff. That if I would have just only paid attention early on, the cost wouldn't have been much. So self-love says, I love myself so much that not only do I regard myself as worthy because of Christ, but I also understand that I got to stay in the worth. I got to stay in the payment. But unfortunately, most people are trying to pay their way versus trusting the way that has been paid and paved. So because the price has already been paid, now the road has been paved. Now I'm walking, even as of now, streets of gold. That's been laid out for me. Let your word be a light into my path, a lamp into my feet, and a light into my path. See what I'm saying? That's why it's important to say, hey, I'm going to pay attention on myself early on, so my payment won't have to be long. Let's keep going. Self-love is